Hey, this is Steve and
This is Brandon.
it's my son Brandon, and we're out tonight. It's like midnight and we're shooting the Hasselblad X1D with that 21mm f4 lens, the worst lens you can use for live bands. But we cranked up the ISO and Brandon's been using it. I used it the other day and we're gonna see what we think of it after a torture test. High ISO, wide angle.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get pretty close to people. You have to get right in their faces. It's kind of difficult in this environment, but I think we can make it work and get some cool shots out of it.
Just to be clear though, this is not what you want to use this lens for, but
Not at all. Not at all.
we just decided to go out tonight and bring it with, so we're just checking it out. What are you shooting with?
Minolta Highmatic 7S2.
So film, what kind of film you have in there?
I have some Fuji Neopan 1600 Professional. I actually don't have a working light meter in here.
And you have the Hasselblad X1D in that bag.
I do.
But you're gonna have to use manual focus, I bet.
Yeah, I was doing some tests at home and it seems pretty bad at focusing at night.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this turns out. Actually, I'm liking how this BSC looks over here. Whatever that is.
We had the X1D set up for ISO 25,600. I've said it before, you can shoot this camera in crazy low light, manual focus, and high ISO and still get really cool results that sometimes mimic film, as you will see here in a minute. What do you think of that camera? I mean, you've only used it very minimally, but what do you think of it so far?
I've always loved medium format. It's always been my favorite format. I love the look it gives, the depth and the color. And in this compact size, I'm loving it so far. I wish I had a little bit more lenses to use.
Yeah.
But, you know, this will give me a good overview of what the camera's like and what it can actually handle with just one lens and what we can do artistically and just how it functions in general. It's not too heavy. It's not like those giant old those old film Hasselblads.
So we are right by one of my favorite little music clubs here in Phoenix called the Lost Leaf. Not sure if we'll be able to get photos of the band because we're using
very wide angle
lenses and we can't just get up in their face. We're gonna walk around a little bit, take a few shots, and just see how it goes. So this was Brandon's first time at the Lost Leaf shooting, and I handed him that X1D earlier in the night with the 21, a lens that is f4 and wide angle, but check it out, he got some cool shots that kind of remind me of film in a way. Converting them to black and white because that red light is just awful and does horrible things for digital sensors. But these, to me, give a look of old school film in a way, not fully of course. But he was using the 21 at f4, and all of these images in this entire video were shot at ISO 25,600. This camera with the right lens in this environment can do amazing things. I usually use a 45 or 90 in this club, but using the 21 was quite interesting because we have that crop power. So some of these have been cropped to get in close, and that's the beauty of a 50 megapixel sensor. But what's really beautiful about this camera is you can carry it around everywhere, it's light, and it's a powerhouse at high ISO. We weren't done with the night, so let's move on. All right, so we were just in the Lost Leaf for a little bit. We had one beer, we took a few shots. Using a 21mm f4, it's not the perfect lens for shooting bands where there's just a red light bulb illuminating them.
I had to get like this close and it was still too far. I didn't want to be in everybody's way. So gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
So we're kind of downtown Phoenix. We're gonna walk around a little bit, take some more shots with this 21mm. I made a video on it last week, but now Brandon's using it, so I'm interested to see what he thinks by the end of the night. Seems really easy to focus, this lens anyway. And in low light like this, you really kind of need to, because the autofocus of the X1D kind of suffers in low light, and hopefully they can improve that whenever they come out with an XD2. ISO 25,000 is looking pretty good, guys. All right, we have moved on from the Lost Leaf. We're now at a place called the Rhythm Room in Phoenix.
It's kind of a blues club, some better lighting. It'll be really loud, so I don't know how video would turn out, but I guess we'll see.
And loud it was. We hung out at the Rhythm Room for only like 10 minutes, literally. It's a cool place that I'm definitely going back to. Actually, Brandon and I will be going back here to test some other cameras and lenses in a new video series coming soon. But I had a great time out with my son shooting. We haven't done this, and we both had a good time. It was fun using the X1D, and the night was getting late, so we decided to head back home. We only took a couple shots inside the Rhythm Room. Again, ISO 25,600, and the X1D just doesn't disappoint. I love the way black and white files look at this ISO from the camera in low light situations. All right, so we're heading back home. We shot, I shot video on the A9. Brandon mostly was shooting the X1D in a way that we shouldn't be shooting it, but hey, it's fun anyway. And we have no idea what the images look like, but I'll find out later. Do you like using that camera?
Oh, I loved it. It's a medium format camera, of course, but it is pretty light compared to your film medium format. Though it's very easy to focus, and I think it's really great for street photography. It's not too much weight in my bag, not too much weight on my shoulder whatsoever. It's a beautiful camera, very well made. Of course, this lens was not the best choice for the night, but I think with the right lens, this could be a beautiful camera and get you some really great photos.
All right. If you like this video, thumbs up and subscribe. We're going to be doing some more videos here soon, so we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you, guys.